welcome. This is our Tuesday strength training class here for HealthLore's Facebook and YouTube. My name is Melissa. I'm HealthLore's registered dietitian and personal trainer. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you're watching live here on Tuesday morning, or if you're watching one of the recorded versions later on, welcome. You will need 2 handheld weights today as well as an exercise mat. We will be doing quite a bit of our work on the exercise mat today, or if you don't have an exercise mat, something soft to give you a little support for hands, knees, hips, bottom, all that sort of thing. Have your water nearby. It is a warm day already, so I am in shorts because it's warm in my house. I think that's it. Gonna get our music started and we'll get going. And grab a quick sip of water as well. Yes, make sure you do have that water nearby because it is a warm day. For those of us who don't have air conditioning, it is warm, extra warm. Alrighty. Alright, so we're warming up with a march to begin with. I have the curtains closed in this room, so it's a little more dark in here on this video, but it keeps the heat out a little better. So, we must do what we must do on these warm days, right? Marching it out, getting those arms working, those legs pumping. Alrighty, now, touch it out, right and left. Touch, touch. Tap out that toe, reach your leg out. Go back to your march. So we're warming up here to begin with before we really jump into our strength training, because getting our muscles warm is very important before we do strength training. We don't want to injure ourselves, pull any muscles, strain anything, so we warm everything up first. Just for a couple minutes, just get that blood flowing, get those muscles warm. Go ahead and tap it out again. Tap, tap. Nice. Heart rate's coming up just a little bit. We're not working too intensely. Just getting a little bit warm. Back to your march. Moving those arms, picking up the feet. A march is a good way to warm up. It kind of just works everything. Gets everything moving. Now, reach overhead. Big stretch up. And pull down, other side. Big reach up and pull down, waking up that upper body. Ugh. Are you feeling stiff this morning? Just me? Reach across now. Sweep it across and open up. My muscles are feeling tight and stiff. Alright, let's go back to our march. How are you feeling this morning? Take a little body check. See how different body parts are feeling. Are you sore in some places? Go ahead, tap it out. Are you feeling strong? Did you have your Wheaties this morning? I did not have Wheaties this morning. Back to our march. All right, are you feeling just about ready to get going? We're just about there. And hold it right there. All right, we're gonna start with legs. We have only 3 songs standing. The rest is gonna be on the floor. So this is one of the 3. Feet shoulder to hip distance apart, knees and toes pointed forward. And let's pulse down and up. Yes. Just getting our body used to this squat motion. Down and up. When you lower down, make sure those knees stay behind your toes. I'll show you from the side. So, there's an invisible wall in front of your toes. Your knees cannot go past that. Every time you stand up, I want you to think about squeezing your glutes. Squeeze it. Down and up. Good. Keep going. Keep those knees apart. Keep them pointed forward. Bottom presses back and down. We're gonna do something a little different. Hold this one down. Stay low. Tap it out. Right and then left. Tapping it out. Staying low. Core is in tight. Tap and in. Keep those knees bent. Stay low. Again. Leaning forward slightly. Point that toe. Squeeze your quad. All right. Let's go back to our pull. Down and up. Down and up. How are you feeling? How are the legs? Good. Keep going. Legs should be getting warm. Are you squeezing those glutes every time you stand up? Yes. Squeeze. Squeeze. Few more. Keep those knees behind your toes. All right. Hold this down and tap it out. Tap it out. Core is in tight. Almost there. Let's go back to the squat. Down and up. Down and squeeze. Just a few more. Hang in there. And hold it there. Good. Go ahead and grab your 2 handheld weights. Grab a quick sip of water as well. All right, handheld weights. Palms facing forward. We're doing a bicep curl. Soft in the knees. Don't lock out your knees. Good, keep going. Curl it up and down. So I forgot to mention, your weight should be somewhere 5 to 10 pounds. All right, for women, 5 to 10 pounds would be appropriate. For men, a little heavier might do. But something in that 1 to 3 pound range is not going to be very effective. So try to get a little heavier weights if you can. 5 to 10 pounds. Now let's do both weights. Slow it down, pull it up, and down, nice and slow. Full range of motion here. Good, core is tight, standing up tall. Again. Nice and slow. Full range of motion here with those arms. Now turn the palms in. We're doing a hammer curl. One at a time. Curl it up. I almost forgot which side I was supposed to do there. Keep going. Hammer curl. So we're still working the biceps, but slightly different. Alrighty, same move, both arms. Slow it down. Curl up and curl down. Nice and slow. How are those arms? Can you feel the muscles working? Are they shaking yet? Are they getting tired? Hang in there. It's a marathon. A few more. Last one. Back to the first move. Palm forward, curl it up. Very good. Really burning out those biceps. You're almost there. Get that full range of motion, up and all the way down. One more each side. Hold it there. Very nice. All right, actually you do need your mat for this next one. I lied. I said there were 3 strength songs. There were only 3 songs before we get it down, including the intro. So have a seat all the way down. That's where we're headed. Make sure you do have one of your handheld weights with you. You will need that guy. Alrighty. All the way to that seated position. We're going to be working on the core. Weight is optional, but I suggest it if you want to challenge yourself. We're going to be holding the weight, and we're going to do a reverse curl, back and up. As you lean back, extend that weight out in front. Good, keep going. If you want, you would set that weight down and just reach. You could clasp your hands, whatever you want to do with those hands. Or you're holding on to that weight. Nice and slow. As we lean back, our abdominals are working extra hard, contracting and pulling back in. The further back you lean, the harder it will be. Same move, angle it to the right and left. And angle it other way. Keep it slow and controlled. Bonus arm work here. So our moves on the floor, we're actually going to be repeating some of our moves. So we kind of have 3 different moves that we're doing. This is one of them. And we're going to repeat this again in a different song later. So the moves will be familiar, really working on getting them right and getting really, really effective, working those muscles very intensely. One more each way. And side. Let's go back to our center. Here we go, back. And pull it up. Again. So keeping this move going, one more like this. And now we're going to speed it up, double time. Take it back and up. A little quicker. Not as much time to lean back quite as far. Again, all the way to the end here. Hang in there, you're almost there, I promise. Arms and abs working. One more, hold it back. Good. Bring it on up. Shake out those arms. Alrighty, we're actually going to head on over to our hands and knees here. Get a little more arm, just holding that torso up. Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And we're going to extend one leg back, point your toe. Keeping that core tight here, hands below the shoulders. We're going to do a lift. Just lift that leg. So we go up and down, up and down. I want you to think about keeping that leg as straight as you can. Trying not to sag in the tummy. Keep a straight spine as best as you can. Working the back of the legs, working the glutes. And we're going to hit that hamstring a little bit more specifically here. Alright, I want you to bend at the knee now, so go in and out. Keep that leg elevated. Hamstring is where our focus is. That's the back of the upper leg. In and out. Hamstrings working to pull that leg in, as well as hold it up. Core is tight, stay centered. Try not to lean to the side. Good. Few more and we're going to switch sides, okay? We're going to start with that leg lift to begin with. Almost there. One more, go ahead and switch. Straight leg lift, up and down. Remember keeping that body centered, Hands below the shoulders, pointing the toe, leg is straight, thinking about squeezing up into those glutes. So having strong glutes is good for a lot of things. It actually can help with back pain, having strong glutes, which I know a lot of us struggle with, back pain. Who doesn't struggle with back pain every now and then, right? Strong glutes can help with that. Alrighty, here we go. Let's curl it now. Keep that leg elevated. Curl, extend. Hamstrings, what we're working right now. As well as your arms. Are your arms getting tired? They'll get a break next, don't worry. Curl, extend. Curl, extend. Core is tight. Nice. Almost there. Up and back. All right, from here, go ahead, set your knee down, and go ahead and sit on back into child's pose. Just gonna get a little stretch out of those glutes and those arms before we go on to our next movement. So remember these moves, we will be coming back to them, okay? Good, bring it on up, all the way to your side. Go ahead, lay it all the way down on one side. Lower leg is bent at the knee, head resting in your hand. Top leg is bent, flex that foot this time, and we lift, and lift. So we were working on the glutes in our previous movement. We're working on the glutes again, but a slightly different part of them. Working a little bit more towards the outside and the abductors. Your core is still tight though, keeping that body in line, keeping you from tipping over. I want you to think about flexing your quad, really squeeze it all. Flexing that foot. Lift and down. Relax your neck though. Relax everything from the shoulders up. Alright, keep going here. We're gonna change it just slightly. Up and down. I want you now to pulse this up. So we pulse, pulse. Don't let that leg come all the way back down. Pulse it up. And remember this for later because we'll be coming back to this as well. So we're repeating some of our movements to really burn out those muscles. Make them fatigued, make them work hard, and then grow back stronger. We're going to switch to our other side. Go ahead and switch right now. Flip it on over. Get yourself settled. You've got time. Bottom leg is bent. Head resting in the hand. Top leg is straight. Flex the quad. Flex the foot. Lift it up. Up and down. Good. So I'm resting on my hip. Kind of a straight line from my head all the way down to my heel. That leg is lifting straight out from the side, not in front, not behind. Keep everything tight from the core down. That lower leg is bent. It's kind of acting as a kickstand to help us stay a little more stable in this movement. Keep going. Up and down. How's it feeling? Are you looking forward to the next round we do of this in a few minutes? All right, go ahead and let's pulse it up. Pulse, pulse. Keep that leg up. Don't let it come all the way back down. So a smaller movement here than the lift. This pulse is smaller and quicker. Is it burning yet? If you do start cramping, take a break, stretch it out. Almost there. Keep going, keep going. Two more, and hold it. Oh, yes. Bring yourself back up. find your handheld weight. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. Quick sip of water. My mouth is going dry. Alrighty. Back onto your seated position. Handheld weight if you want. Alright, we're gonna go back to that reverse curl. Use your weight if you want. Challenge yourself. Here we go. Lean it back nice and slow. So my feet are together and my knees are close by. My knees aren't necessarily touching. My feet are touching, but not necessarily my knees. We just want to keep those knees close together. You don't want them to wander apart. You want to keep them in the center, controlled. Good. Again, lean back. Can you feel your core really engaging now? More so than the first round we did of this. I can feel it for myself. Working harder now on round 2. And a little bonus arm as well. Good. Let me know if you're sore tomorrow after this one. Or those legs. Working quite a bit of glute today as well. Couple more here. All right, now angle it right and left, or left and right, it doesn't really matter. Nice and slow, lots of control. We're not speeding through this part. Nice. Good, keep it going here, side to side. Again. Leaning back. Bring it back up. Use those abdominals. In the center now. Here we go. Back and up. You can always drop that weight if you need to. Challenge yourself if you can. Hold on to that weight. So we are tightening up our hips quite a bit in this movement. When we stretch at the end of class, we will stretch out our hips. Don't worry. Good. Keep going nice and slow. Let's speed it up now. Speed it up to the end. You're almost there. Just a few of these quick ones. Hold it back. Good. Go ahead and set that weight down. Bring it back over to your hands and your knees. Hands below the shoulders. Core is tight. Leg extended back. Point the toe and lift. Up and down. Trying to keep that spine straight. Head in line with the spine. Don't let that back sag, okay? None of that. That's going to hurt your back. I want you to keep it all straight. You have to really tighten up through the core to keep the body straight. A tight, strong core is so helpful for our physical health. Keep going. Thinking about that glute, squeeze it up. You know what's coming next. All right, hamstring curl in and out. Keeping that leg elevated. Point the toes. Point the toes. Squeeze your quad as you extend out. Squeeze it. Hamstring, quad. Hamstring, quad. Keeping that body centered. Try not to lean as you get tired. Alrighty, let's switch. Straight leg lift. Other side. Up and down. Up and down. I have my workout buddies here with me today. Again. Lift and lower. Good. Is it feeling tight? Feeling like we're fatiguing those muscles? Point the toes, squeeze your quad. Let's do that hamstring curl. Here we go. In and extend. Body stays centered, core is tight, straight through the spine. Good, don't stop yet. So this is why I like having an exercise mat, because I have tender knees, so it helps to have a little extra padding under those knees for movements like this, especially if you're on a hard floor. Couple more. One more. Go ahead and set that knee down. Bring it on back into child's pose. Stretching through the glutes, through those arms. All right, bring it back up and take it all the way down to your side. This is our last bit of strength training. All the way down to the side. Lower leg is bent. If you want an added challenge, you could set your handheld weight on top of your thigh, that outer thigh. Adds a little extra resistance. Flex your foot, flex your quad, and lift. The weight is optional. The further you have it down your leg, the more difficult it will be. The closer it is to your hip, the easier it will be, okay? Again. Keeping that body tight. Try not to lean front and back. Leg is moving straight up and down. Good. So this is our last bit of strength training. Really push yourself, challenge yourself. Think good posture, good control, body movement. Let's pulse it up. Pulse. This is so much harder with the weight. The pulse part is so much harder. So if you're there doing it with me, you know. Good for you, good for us. Keep going. Nice. Up and up. Don't give up yet. Almost there on this side. All right, go ahead and switch. Set that weight down as you switch sides. We're going back to that slow lift. Up and down, get your body situated, and then jump in when you're ready. Weight on that outer leg if you want. Lower leg is bent. Head resting in the hand. Lift and lower. Foot is flexed. Quad is tight. Core is also tight. I feel like I'm going to be sore after this tomorrow. I think my glutes are going to be sore, and I think my abs might be sore. It's good for us. Being sore is not a bad thing. Unless it's in your joints. We don't want joints to be sore or painful. Muscle pain is sometimes alright though. Let's pulse this up. Pulse. We're going to try to make it to the end. Lift. Lift. If you're using a handheld weight for this, I have a feeling you will be sore with me tomorrow. If that's the case, let me know. We can commiserate together. Almost there. Lift, lift, and hold it there. Woo! Go ahead and set that weight down. Bring your body all the way up. We have 2 stretching songs now. 7 or 8 minutes, 7 minutes of stretching. We earned it. All right, feet out in front. I want you to just lean forward now into those. Straight legs, keep those knees straight as best you can. You may not be as flexible right now. Our muscles were just all tightened up. So now we're going to work on loosening those back up, stretching out. We'll get a few shots at this stretch. Hands wherever you are comfortable. If it's on the floor, on your shins, on your quads, just avoid those knees. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lean down just a little further into this stretch. Pause there, take a few deep breaths. All right, go ahead and bring it all the way back up. Bring in one of your legs. You can stay right here, just giving it a little hug in towards the body, or come along with me, take that foot across the body, and then hug that leg in. You'll feel this through your glute, all of that muscle that we were just working. You'll feel this through the outer hip, the glute, perhaps gently into that low back, a little bit into the hamstring, but for sure the abductors and the glutes. Give it a nice tight squeeze in towards that chest as best as you can. Go ahead and release out of that. Straighten that leg back out. Bring in your other side. You could stay right here hugging this in, or again, come with me, take that foot across, and then hug it in. Not everybody is flexible or pretzel flexible in this way, so you don't have to take your leg over if you can feel the stretch just having that leg in front and bent. That is fine. Excuse me. I hope you enjoyed this workout. I thought it was fun to repeat some of our movements. Number one, because it's easier on the brain, but also it makes you feel like you can really focus and be effective with specific muscle groups. Make sure to really fatigue those to build up the muscle. All right, go ahead and release out of this. Feet out in front again, straight legs. And we're gonna forward fold once more, all the way down. We have one more song, don't worry, don't go anywhere. We've got time. We're mostly stretching our lower body here, so we're gonna make sure to get that upper body here in the next couple minutes as well. Take a nice deep breath in, and exhale, lean a little bit further down into that stretch. Are you able to get a little bit further into the stretch now that we've been stretching for a few minutes? You may find that your flexibility has increased just slightly. If you're finding that you are wildly inflexible right now, perhaps it is a sign that you need to work on stretching a little bit more. My husband was telling me the other day that he is very inflexible, which I know when I watch him stretch, it's almost painful. And I said, you know, if you stretched more, you would probably be more flexible. And he was like, I know. It's hard to remember to stretch. It is. All right, go ahead and bring it back up. Give those knees just a little bend. And we're gonna take one arm across the body. So if you struggle with flexibility, know that you are not alone, but it is possible to improve it. It does take effort and repetition, as most healthy habits do. So you should feel this stretch through the shoulder into that arm. And if you tuck your chin, you can feel a gentle stretch in the back of the neck. All right, go ahead and switch sides now. Straight arm across, stretching through that arm, through the shoulder into the upper back. Tuck that chin slightly. You can feel a stretch through the back of the neck as well here. Good, go ahead and open that up. I'm gonna scoot forward just the tiniest bit so I have a little space. I want you to clasp your hands behind your back and open through the chest. Sitting up tall, keeping those hands low behind you, opening through the chest. Stretching across the entire front of that upper body, shoulders as well as the chest. Those are the pec muscles. All of that was working as we were holding ourselves up and as we were leaning back, reaching forward with that weight. stretch up, leaning into that stretch. You should feel the stretch through that entire side of the body. Imagine as if your ribs are lengthening in between each rib, stretching out through our arms, our shoulders, our lats, our obliques. Good. And go ahead and switch. Take that other arm up. Nice deep lean into it wherever you're comfortable. Using that hand on the floor for support. We don't want to hurt our backs. Use the arm for support. Breathing deeply into this, keeping both sit bones on the floor. Really focusing on that upper body stretch. Bring it back to center. Clasp those hands, reach overhead. Big stretch, lengthening all the way through that upper body. And go ahead, let those arms float down. We're gonna do that stretch again. Big reach up. Lengthening through the spine, through the ribs. Let those arms float down. Let's reach up one last time. Big reach up, lengthening a little bit further. And let those arms float down last time. Very nice. We made it. I hope you had a good workout with me here today. Let me know if you're sore tomorrow in those glutes especially. I have a feeling that I will be. Other than that, glad you were here joining me. Did something good for yourself today. Whether you're watching live right now or the recorded version later on, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. I will see you next time. Happy Tuesday. Try to stay cool. Drink extra fluids today and this week as it is warm here in Ventura. Other than that, happy Tuesday. Ooh, gotta get up. Someone said something. Oh, hi, Holly. Thanks for joining, Holly. Bye, everyone.